going.
Yeah, you know what time it is. Valhalla Hour, let's go! Kick back, put on your headphones tight. Rob and Matt, bringing fire every night. From the land of 10,000 lakes, we rule the scene. With a crew so fresh, keeping it raw and clean. Minnesota Vikings, kings of the north. We wear our purple heart and let the battle roar forth. Breaking down the game, dissecting the plays. With passion so fierce, we'll set the night ablaze. So give us a follow, hit that like. Share it with your crew, you know we're about to strike. Valhalla, our podcast, living life bold, where legends are made and stories are told.
This is a Huddle Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Get all your NFL news here first.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to London. We are here today to talk about the Minnesota Vikings. I am the Right Honorable Lord Chesterton of San Diego, and with me, as always, is Sir Eric the Unshaven, Baron Winkle of Westminster, and Lord Matt of the Midlands. Cheerio, gentlemen. How are we?
Cheerio.
Good day.
Good day.
We have gone full British. The British invasion has come to the Vikings show. We're going full send today. The first topic of today, all of our topics have been renamed to reflect the British personality of tomorrow's game. Chronicles of Week the 4th. The Vikings 21 and the Yinzers 24. Winkleman, I'm going to start with you.
Score prediction, basically? Or what is it?
Just like, what was something that we could have done better in the game?
Something we could have done better in the game? Well, protect our quarterback. Stay upright. Yeah. Catch the ball. Addison dropped a couple.
Yeah, we honestly, I think some of those calls we did get bailed out by the refs a little bit. Did you guys see that one where it was like where someone had touched the ball but their foot was out of bounds?
Mason,
yep.
Yeah.
That was a great heads-up play.
I mean, I never even knew that rule existed.
Or did he do it because it was instinct to grab the ball when he fumbled it?
Instinct to grab the ball for sure, yeah.
If he didn't know the rule, I mean, yes, it's great to know like little obscure rules like that.
Yeah.
Wasn't it one of the Packers that on a kickoff stepped out of bounds and then touched the ball, and they got like really good field position or something like that out of it?
Yes.
Yeah. Like years ago.
Yeah. Matthew, what was something we could have done better?
I mean, it basically went as I expected. I knew we weren't going to have a corner physical enough to match up with DK, and he just abused us. There's nothing we can do to fix that unless we sign somebody in free agency. Like we know Asante Samuel's close to coming back. He was supposed to be back around like October, November, so maybe they give him a call if things don't pan out. But, I mean, the first half was pretty bad. We tightened up in the second half. Our defense played pretty well. Our offense definitely kicked it into gear. Like Jefferson and Addison both had over 100 yards. So just we couldn't – the thing that surprised me was our run defense versus their backup running back. I did not see us getting hit on the ground like we did. So I guess that, like, our Van Ginkel's out, I get that, but there's no reason our run defense should have been that bad versus Gainwell.
Yeah.
No.
Eric, yeah, you're next.
All right. Well, on kind of what following off of Matthew there, I just read some trade speculation that the Vikings are keeping an eye on Tariq Woolen in Seattle, which would be that big size corner that we needed. Although he's dropped off significant in the last 2 years, his 2023 season was phenomenal. But I think my biggest thing was why we have Justin and Addison on the field. Why are we targeting Xavier Scott and Jalen Naylor? I mean, it looked like Wentz was trying to force the ball to Naylor like he would to Jefferson in crunch time. And it just now, granted, Scott made a hell of a catch on that touchdown, and I think he's just gonna keep improving every week. But I felt like for some reason they were forcing the ball to Naylor when they didn't have to. So I think that's something that I just didn't understand.
Yeah.
But other than that,
yeah,
I like the adjustments, especially the defense made in the second half. Matthew's right, though. Murphy's not playing to what we thought he would, and there's no way none of our corners are keeping up with DK. It's just insane.
Yeah.
one of the biggest things that did hurt us, Ginkle out. That killed any momentum. And what Yinzer was saying, I like this. That fumble call made no sense. Mason pretty much trapped the ball on the ground. Yeah, I don't know. Was this the C squad refereeing crew? I don't know. But I felt like at times we were just getting the yellow laundry treatment all damn day.
I have to say chemistry is another part of the reason why we lost. We got hurt. Our offensive line really didn't have chemistry together, and they started building it up in the second half when O'Neal got hurt.
Yeah. Yes,
well, on that, why is O'Neal in on field goals and extra points? Don't we have enough backup offensive linemen to take our starting left tackle out, our right tackle out when we're already banged up?
Yeah.
Right.
Got to be someone else you can put in there in his place. I don't understand that.
Yeah. It wasn't a good week for us. Hopefully we can bounce back this week. But we're going to go on to everyone's favorite topic, heroes and zeros, or this week we call proper legends and right Muppets. Eric, proper legend and a right Muppet.
I'm just gonna give the legend to Addison and his comeback. Tempted to give him the Muppet just for getting caught by a linebacker. It's a pretty fast linebacker, but still, you're supposed to be our Blazer deep threat, and you got caught by a linebacker. Zero or Muppet, I'll just go with the run defense in the first half. It was that whole defensive unit just could not stop, like Matthew was saying, a backup running back. And it was now Gainwell's got a lot of experience, but man, we should not be giving up that many yards on the ground.
Right. Matthew?
Yeah, my right Muppet's going to be School again, just because as soon as O'Neal was out, he had to take over at right tackle. It was just domination. He does not deserve a starting spot on this team. We're going to get blown up as long as he's going to be on our O-line, and it sucks. I thought this team would be a 10-win team with healthy, and we have 2 healthy O-linemen. It sucks. My proper legend's going to be Jefferson. Dude's wide receiver 1. He had 126 yards with Wentz. He's top 5 in receiving yards on an offense that's like 22nd in total yards. He's a stud. Give him a star.
Winkleman?
I got to say Jefferson too as the star. The Muppet. They both took my guy. I'm going to say Addison as the Muppet. I think he made a lot of crucial drops that hit him in his hands that he should have caught.
Yeah.
And he slowed. And I mean, it's either Wentz or Addison, because you got to think about it. I think the timing between those two are really off, because I saw like two or three drop passes from Addison that, could have been first downs, but instead we went to fourth down.
Well, so going on that, the chemistry thing, like Eric was saying that he wanted to give him Muppet because he got caught up by a linebacker. He did have to completely turn around and run backwards to catch that ball because it was wildly underthrown. If he's hit in stride, that's a touchdown.
Yeah. So, yeah, Eric?
I was going to say my honorable mention for the legend would be Redmond. I think he should run the defensive line, though. He's on a pace for double-digit sacks. So as a tackle, hopefully he can maintain that pace. So
But he's doing good this season, and he did great last season. So he's one of those finds that Kwesi made that no one really recognized.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, proper legend for me is going to have to be Addison to come back after a lengthy suspension in an international game, has your first game back, and put up the numbers. I got to give it to him. He looked like he had been practicing, getting healthy and getting ready for the season while on suspension. I'm going to put as my right Muppet our whole, our rushing defense. It just didn't do it for me. And I'm going to go a little bit further, and he needs to be locked up in Scotland Yard. Is freaking Schoolie. Just leave him there and lock him up in Scotland Yard.
Send him back on the Titanic.
Right.
Oh, no. Oh, yeah. So, our injury report has been renamed just for this week, the Bruise and Booze Report. For us out this week, we have Donovan Jackson, Michael Juergens, Ryan Kelly. Of course, we knew J.J. McCarthy was going to be out, so no big deal there. Brian O'Neill and Andrew Van Ginkel. Who's out for Cleveland? Mike Hall Jr. Myles Garrett's limited participation just because of his ankle. He's probably going to be 50 to 75%. Njoku, another guy we need to be worried about knee, but he was full participation in Thursday and Friday practice. And we only have a few questionables. Urasek, Batty, and Ham. For the Browns, it's Jack Conklin and Greg Newsome. That's it. I have a feeling.
So we're playing a healthy team, basically.
Pretty much.
I wouldn't say Newsome's healthy. Newsome's closer to being out than Garrett is.
Yeah, he's got a hammy issue. But I'm worried about Myles Garrett. I'm worried about Njoku. I've heard different things.
I'm not worried about Njoku.
O'Neal and Ginkel out. That's going to hurt us big time.
Yep.
Yeah, I think O'Neal's probably one of the biggest. I mean, you're coming in with unfortunately, Kelly'd been playing well when he's healthy, a top 10 center to maybe, top 5-ish border. And Juergens is a bottom of the stack. According to Pro Football Focus, he's right at the bottom. And now you're going to Brandel, and you have Neal out.
Wait a minute. Who's playing center? I thought it was
Blake Brandel.
Blake
playing center?
Yeah.
Why not Rose?
He did take snaps at training camp. He was playing center. He didn't do any in the preseason, and he's been practicing all week there. So, oh, good Lord.
Yeah, I saw that.
Rouse was doing center last season.
Must not have liked what they saw, I guess.
Yeah, and I don't understand why Rouse isn't at right tackle instead of a School. So
I agree. We'll see how long that lasts.
he must have pissed somebody off. So, I mean, their defense is no joke. I mean, their offense line is as banged up. I shouldn't say banged up, but isn't as it's probably par with ours. So we should have a defensive battle is my guess. But their defense is a little bit better.
That they're starting a rookie quarterback.
Yeah. One thing we were talking about, this is not on our banner. We were talking about pre-show. Ryan Kelly, our current center, unfortunately, he's had 2 concussions this season and multiple throughout his entire career. At what point do we say we're going to cut him, or are we going to retire him? And Matt, I'm going to go off and start with you.
Yeah, so I mean, even if he was healthy, I always thought he was going to maybe be like a 1 year option just because of his age, and he's been injured like 5 of the last 7 seasons. What sucks is like, I mean, concussion is an injury, but it's not like it's a soft tissue. Like, there's nothing you can really do to prevent those other than stop playing. So that sucks because, like Eric said, when he's healthy, he's good. But yeah, unless you wear the Guardian cap, I don't see how these concussions stop. So, I mean, the cap is non-existent. You brought up before the show, yeah. If we cut him this June, it's a zero dead cap hit. We saved 12 million, and we're obviously super hurting in cap. So I thought he was going to be gone regardless, but now I think it's 100%.
Yeah. Winkleman.
Yeah, I think he's gone before June 1st, whether it's retirement or it's us cutting him.
Okay. Eric.
Yeah, I just don't see being able to invest, and especially if he comes back and gets another concussion or even any type of injury when he does come back, it's just you're looking at piling up injury after injury, and at a position that was, we deemed critical before the season started, going in with a quasi-rookie quarterback, the guy making all the calls on the line. We just can't afford to be playing, pin the tail on a donkey and guessing who's going to play center that week.
Yeah. Because the center and the quarterback are pretty much the heart and soul of that any offense. They know the tone of each other's voices. They know everything. And we were taught, someone just brought up the Guardian cap. I want to show you guys what that Guardian cap looks like in an actual NFL game. Someone said they compare it to big head mode as a filter for Instagram.
Yeah, I mean, Romeo Doubs wears it every game.
Romeo Doubs wears it all the time, and you see the meme about him.
Yeah. Now,
but guess who's on the field every week?
Yeah.
Personally, I don't know how I feel about it. I mean, him and this Patriots player, they're the only two that I know of that is wearing the Guardian cap for actual play.
Yeah, I think there's probably 6 in the whole league. And I think they're going to start pushing for it with the number of concussions you're starting to see. But, as much as I'm not a big Pete Carroll fan, and us being in London this year or right now, something I think we need to look at is, rugby players play hard and fast and have less concussions than NFL players. Why is that? Is it? I think part of it is NFL players feel a little more confident that they can tackle any which way because of all the padding, whereas they don't use form tackling as much as they should. Mm-hmm. I mean, you're seeing a lot of corners and DBs throwing shoulders, and that's where their heads are getting snapped and run into, and they're not, wrapping and trying to tackle the way they probably tackled all through high school and in the beginning of college. And I think that's a huge part of it is the NFL has gotten so fast and so big that these players don't form tackle anymore. And, I'm glad we don't see it like we used to probably like 5-6 years ago, where it was all about the hit stick, that big explosive knock a guy off his cleats tackle. But it's still, I don't see a lot of the form tackling like you used to see.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you look at Deion Sanders too. I mean, he never really form tackled. He never really tackled.
He never really tackled.
Yeah, so I do have the list here of who's wearing it in the NFL this year. Taylor Rapp, safety for the Bills. Romeo Doubs. Kevin Dodson, guard for the Rams. Alaric Jackson, offensive line for the Rams. Savion Williams, another wide receiver for the Packers. Luke Godkey, right tackle, Buccaneers. J.D. Bertrand of the Falcons, he's a linebacker. James Daniels, guard for the Dolphins, and Jabril Peppers, safety for the Steelers. I didn't see Peppers at all in the game. Maybe I just missed it, but I didn't see him at all.
Yeah, he's usually a pretty standout guy. Peppers is a pretty, high-profile player. At least when he was with Cleveland, he was always on the field, always making plays. So maybe he was inactive. I don't know, because you would think we would have noticed it.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. and
All the
there's a-
attention was on TJ Watt.
Yeah.
Yep.
I just, it's interesting to see all this and see what the data is going to be like for the Guardians Caps this year. Having that, Keys to the Victory has been renamed the Game Plan, Governor. Eric, we're going to start with you. What are some of your keys to the V or the game plan for the week?
I think scoring quick and letting our defense take over, just because Cleveland's ranked number 1 in yards per game on defense, giving up like 220 yards a game on defense, but they're giving up almost 26 points a game. So teams are scoring on them somehow quick or putting up points somehow where they're not needing to get a lot of yards. I don't know if they're giving up punt returns or kick returns or what it is, but they're giving up less than 100 yards a game on the ground, which may be where we need to hit them hard. But I guess get up on them and have them fight back. Because if we can get ahead quick, I think that takes them out of their game with Gabriel in there at quarterback. So I think score fast and play defense.
Okay. Winkleman?
My thing is, let's play a quick tempo offense. One of the best ways to actually stop a good pass rush is to play quick tempo. When you have a bad O-line, is to play quick tempo. Run the ball and disguise looks on defense and get after the quarterback. Put pressure on that new quarterback.
Yeah. Matthew?
Mine's going to be kind of the ancillary characters on the offense and CJ Ham and Josh Oliver. We get Ham back this week, and he's a really underrated pass blocking fullback. And Oliver is obviously known for being a really good pass blocking offensive lineman, or not offensive lineman, sorry, tight end. So we're going to need them to step up, obviously, with us only having 2 healthy O-linemen against this pass rush. I'm not looking forward to going up against this defense at all. So I think CJ Ham's going to be very heavily utilized tomorrow. And if he could at least provide an extra little bit of a block, we have a chance to do those quick passes. But that's just not this offense. This offense isn't built to quick strike, unfortunately. And I don't know how quickly you can kind of change that. So I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. So this week, Robert Bertana, one of our bigger producers, I love his comment. Overseas games suck ass. Yeah. Ask that question, or keep that same energy next year for the Rams when they have to go play in Australia. And right now it's a 16-hour time difference. So we might either be getting Saturday night NFL game or something. Someone's going to get screwed over there.
It's going to be Green Bay versus the Rams.
Oh, no. No. I hope not. Well, we do have actually.
I don't think they play, but it would be funny as hell.
We'll make it happen.
Yeah, we'll make it happen. Green Bay versus the Rams in Australia.
Let's take a look. I mean, I think they might be going. So this is from Pro Football Ref. Okay, so we don't play them next year.
Yeah, it could be one of the special teams, you know?
That 17th game that they get to make up.
Yup.
Well, future opponents, I'm actually going to be taking a look right now. We will have to face an NFC West team next year. And that could be us. That could be us. going to Australia.
I don't tag us for an overseas game next year, considering we had 2 this year.
We wouldn't
Well,
get Australia anyway. We'd just go back to Europe.
It's either Rio or it's Australia next season.
We're gonna play the first game in Greece.
Yeah.
But game plan for us, I do think, Myles Garrett, he's going to be at half, maybe 75%. Contain him and also contain Njoku. Those are the 2 biggest things I see that we need to do. However, they're starting Dylan Gabriel at quarterback. I don't think any team in the North has faced Dylan Gabriel. So it's going to be a new experiment for us. And unfortunately, we're the guinea pigs.
So this team does not have a good track record of first game starting rookie quarterbacks.
Yeah. Second game starting quarterbacks with Josh Allen.
Yeah.
And this is Cleveland's NFL record-setting 41st quarterback since 1999.
Jesus.
Well, the thing is, how long does Gabriel actually survive?
I don't know.
Till Sanders comes out, and then that's 42.
Myles
Sanders
Garrett.
something told Baltimore not to draft him. He could be playing instead of for injured Lamar right now.
We talked about that a couple weeks ago as well. He should have gone to Baltimore because Lamar's style of quarterbacking is just prone to injury.
Yeah. And Myles Garrett, I just think we need to contain him, double team him a few times, and maybe get up there and rattle his cage a little bit.
Yeah.
Before we go on to scoring, I'm going to talk about some opponents that we've had to face. Of course, we're facing Cleveland tomorrow. They're coming off a 3-week stretch of facing the NFC North. We're coming off a 3-week stretch of facing the AFC North. I think both teams are going to finally just be done with each other's North, respectively. Lamar Jackson, we have to play him, in a few weeks, and he's out.
He might not. Yeah, it's like he might not be healthy.
If I don't wish injury on him. If he's not healthy for the Vikings game, then we have a legitimate shot to win the game. But Baltimore 1-3.
I think even if he is healthy, we have a legit chance because we'll be coming in a lot healthier than we are now.
Yeah,
hopefully.
Their defense isn't really
willing.
that good without their defensive coordinator.
And there's another team we have to face yet coming up who I'm surprised had this. It's actually 2 teams, the Packers and the Cowboys. A fucking tie.
Right. That was, I knew the Packers offense was going to dominate the Cowboys defense, but the Packers, I think, if I remember correctly, had the number 1 points per game defense and the number 3 total yard defense in the NFL going into that game. And Dak put up 40 on him without CeeDee Lamb. That was absolutely wild.
Yeah,
I think that if we're playing JJ, I think that we can do the same thing. Because I think that a lot of people don't realize how good Addison and JJ did in preseason and in OTAs and all that stuff. They have the chemistry.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm surprised that game ended in a tie. I think that there has to be some sort of the tie has to go away. Maybe go instead in overtime instead of go for the field goal, you go automatically for a 2-point conversion. I would like that instead of because.
Yeah, if they go to the college rules where it's like you get, start at the 25 and you get to go, and then the first round's an extra point, and after that it's all 2-point conversions or just straight up 2-point conversions. Something's got to change.
Straight up 2-point conversions, and if it still ends in a tie after the first overtime, you go to a field goal kickoff contest.
5 yards
Well,
back
I think
each correct
honestly,
attempt.
what I think should happen is they should go back to the way it used to be. I don't care if the other team touches the ball. First team to score, sudden death, no matter how long it takes.
Nah.
I
I
mean,
don't know.
honestly, it's better than ending up in a tie.
Yeah, but
I
those
disagree
games
with
are nice too. I think you just go college route and as many
Right.
as it takes.
Yeah, but I have a feeling NBC and Fox and all the rights holders would get a little upset if it runs into like other games and programs and stuff.
Well, and I think part of it too is the NFL. Their argument is, well, if we let you keep playing, then there's going to be more injuries.
Yeah.
But they keep winning more games, so you know.
But by the
And it's
time
the only
people
made
end up touching the ball, it's the end of the game. That's my one thing. Like if you looked at it, both at the time that both teams scored, how much time was left on the clock?
like 3.5 minutes.
Yeah. Something like that.
Like they need to make it so that that overtime has more time so that they can score again.
Do a full 15-minute quarter instead of a 10-minute shortened quarter.
Yeah.
But like Matt was saying, just have, even if you do not on the 25 like in college, if you do just a normal drive, but you have to go for a 2-point conversion because those are hard to convert. And so if you don't get one and the next team does, then that settles it right there. You don't have to worry about a third drive. Just
But
instead of
what
kicking an
the
extra point.
issue is field goals. People are kicking field goals and scoring.
Or if
Yeah.
you just go 2-point conversions and keep backing it up every time they match each other. So you start
Yeah.
from the 3 and go to the 5 and then the 7 and just keep going back until someone doesn't get one. I mean,
Yeah.
it's one play to one play. That's all it is, And if the first team doesn't make it and the second team doesn't make it, you try again from that same spot.
Mhm.
See, I like what the MLB did in the All-Star game. Yes, I know it's for funsies, but instead of just going to extra innings, they went straight into what was called a blast off, a home run derby contest to settle it right then and there. Did we just go to a field goal kicking contest instead of overtime?
It worked for us. We got Will the Thrill.
Yeah.
If we do that, then your
Well-
kickers can kick. It's got to be position players.
Oh,
Oh no.
Come on, Ty Fallon, earn your stripes. Take this 50-yard field goal.
Here we go.
all of a sudden
What?
you see JJ McCarthy try to hit a 50-yarder to win the game.
Make it
Not with his knees.
if you're
Make
gonna
it
do
interesting.
make it interesting.
One thing I want to say before we move on is talking about other teams like the Ravens and Cowboys and Packers is the Bengals are without Joe Burrow. They're 1-3. The Ravens are without Lamar Jackson. They're 1-3. The Chargers just lost to the 0-3 Giants, which I thought was crazy. Jackson Dart looked pretty solid for his first start. Cam Scatterbo is an absolute blast to watch. But we're sitting here at 2-2 with all these injuries going like, woe is me, and Vikings fans and some platforms are ready to pack in the season already and give up JJ McCarthy. Well, again, the Bengals, who are usually like playoff hopefuls, the Ravens, who are almost always Super Bowl contenders in the AFC, are falling apart because of 1 or 2 injuries. So, we need to pump the brakes on the woe is me.
Yeah, the biggest thing is patience, and patience is a virtue, and it's hard to keep when you keep seeing guys go down. But once like Matthew was saying earlier, when we're healthy, I don't think we can run with anybody. So
yeah.
You guys remember the Minneapolis Miracle with Diggs? That team was injured too. Like we had a good season and we had an injured team.
Yeah. I want our 4th quarterback at that time.
Yep, Case Keenum.
Second.
3rd. He was at 3rd string.
But one of the things I wanted to bring up, yeah, a lot of the good teams are just bass backwards this year. I never would have thought at this point in the season, like a team like the Ravens would be this bad. I never would have thought it.
Well, you get Jackson being hurt, and Henry is, I think, I hate to say it because he was my number one draft pick in one of my fantasy leagues. I think he hit the wall.
He's fumbling the ball, and he's too concerned with carrying the ball, controlling.
That's the big one. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a lot of fumbles. He's just not running like he used to. I mean, I don't know if it's a mental thing with him all of a sudden, or if age has caught up to him being such a what's the word I want?
Geriatric?
No. He's been the prime running back. It's not like he's been on teams where it's been running back by committee.
Right, bell cow.
He's been, there you go. Thank you. That's where he's been a bell cow. He runs the ball, 30 times a game, 25 times a game. And is it catching up to him that he's just taken such a pounding over so many years that it's just not what he used to be? Or is it just something mental? He's not focusing.
How many touches is he actually getting in games now? Is he still getting the 25 to 30?
That I don't know, but let's see. Let's see if I can find it quick.
Especially when you have a quarterback like Lamar, which I guess this is going to immediately invalidate itself because he's injured, but he can run. So there's no need to hand it off to Henry 25 times a game when you have a quarterback that can scramble it 5 to 10 times a game.
And a lot of bell cow running backs, they go by energy. You hit that 2, 3, then you look at when we had Adrian Peterson. Yeah, he had 2 yards, but then he got that home run.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's averaging about 11 to 12 attempts a game now.
Oof.
He had 8 versus the Chiefs, 12 versus the Lions, 11 versus the Browns. Like, he is not getting the ball like he used to either. 18 versus the Bills. Yeah, he's got 49 carries in 4 games, so about 12 a game.
Yikes.
So maybe he's just not getting the legs into the game. Maybe he's getting pulled, and then you're doing this running back by committee, and he's not that type of running back.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, his best game of the season was the first one, 18 carries, 169 yards, 9.5 yards on the ground, 2 touchdowns, and 1 reception.
Yeah. There is one team I want to bring up that we have already played, the Bengals. Their last 2 games, they've been outscored 76-13.
Ouch.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the standings right now, and the 2 divisions on the AFC side that have really intrigued me, the AFC South and the AFC West. Jacksonville is tied for the AFC South lead. And yes, I did just say that.
And it's wild because you watch them, they don't look impressive.
No, they're sneaky.
And the AFC West, the multi-time reigning AFC West champion, the Chiefs, they're 2-2. They're second place. They're struggling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, and we all saw them going back to the Bengals. We saw the memes leading up into this game of like, oh, no Burrow, no McCarthy. Let's see who's the better receiver with Chase and Jefferson because they have backup quarterbacks. JJ's been playing with backup quarterbacks half his fucking career. Jamar Chase had like 26 yards last week or something like that. He's doing absolutely nothing with Browning at quarterback. Meanwhile, Jefferson had 126 yards with Wentz, who's been on the team for 4 weeks. I think that discussion's pretty much done.
But what did I see that they compared? They said someone said is it time to crown a new wide receiver 1, and it was Puka, and they had his stats versus Jefferson and Chase's stats, and I'm like, you can't compare the stats of receivers without looking at the quarterbacks. When you have Matthew Stafford throwing the ball, and you have Carson Wentz and Jake Browning throwing the ball, and even throw JJ in there because he was just getting acclimated to his first full season in the NFL as a starting quarterback. You can't compare that to Matthew Stafford or, even a Pat Mahomes or, Josh Allen throwing the ball and comparing the stats that receiver's getting. And I'm like, y'all are jumping the gun on, crowning a new king of wide receivers. I'm like, holy crap.
Well, and it's not even just the quality of the
That's gotta
quarterbacks
be a
running the
homer.
ball. The first 3 weeks of the season, we were averaging only 20 passing attempts a game.
Yeah, that too.
And the Rams, they're 3-2. They're sitting third place. They could be second or, fourth or wherever, depending on how this weekend's results fall. San Francisco, they're sneaky good. They're back up at the top at 4-1 in the West.
Yeah, they should be 3-2. The Rams should really.
Thanks, Kyron Williams.
Oh my gosh! But you know what? If they score that touchdown, the Rams are smart for making that play. If you go back to the Super Bowl with the Seahawks, 4th and 1 on the 4th and goal on the 1,
No,
and they
I
throw
thought it was
it.
a fumble.
Yeah, that's what I mean, though. At least
yeah.
you gave yourself. He had the touchdown if he doesn't fumble.
Yeah, no, for sure.
And they made the right call. And if he doesn't fumble, that's a genius move.
No, it was the right call. Yeah, I'm just pissed at him for coughing it up because it cost me 2 points. Still put up a 30 burger.
So I'm going to give a little quick topic. So out of these 4 teams, who do you think is going to have the number 1 overall pick next year? Saints, Giants, the Titans, or the Jets?
Titans.
Saints.
Ooh.
I'm gonna say
Winkleman?
Saints.
Oh,
I think the Giants are a sneaky good roster.
They do. They have
Saints
really.
If they don't go after Russell Wilson, because I hear rumblings that they're going to go after Russell Wilson.
The Saints are.
Yep.
Oh.
you know what?
Then I'm going to say the Giants. If it's not, if they go after Russell Wilson, I'm going to say the Giants.
I'm
thinking
honest.
for the Bears.
Oh, I'm going with the Jets. I think they're going to get the number 1.
Are they going to tank?
I think the Titans are tanking. Like, Cam Ward's just not it right now. Like, Ridley's doing nothing. They're kind of packing it in already.
The quarterback area in next year's draft is really not that good. You can go after Sellers, but I don't see more than Sellers.
Manning is not coming out next year,
And he's
Even if he
dropped.
did, yeah.
If you look at Pro Football's big board, they have 8 quarterbacks in the top 50, and Manning just fell to 52.
Yeah.
Well, I'm like number 8.
Yeah, but like I said, Sellers would be the number 1 pick right now as we sit.
That's the kid from South Carolina.
Yep.
That's yeah.
I do think it's going to be the Jets. I mean, they're going to need a whole new quarterback.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If they get the number 1 pick with the defensive coach, I kind of think they're going to go defensively, even though their defense is not that bad.
Right. Week 5, it's heating up. We're almost, we're 4 weeks away from the halfway mark. Cannot believe it.
All right.
About a quarter way through.
Then we'll be starting to talk about mock drafts.
What do you mean started?
I've been seeing the posts. Yeah.
I've already done.
I'm doing some right now as we speak. I mean,
so there's another podcast that I kind of listen to. I listen to some around the league stuff. They're by a couple Panthers guys, and they're stopping production of their podcast for the near future because they explained that they cannot continue to support a team who's pretty much
their owners are drunk.
More.
Just like Ursay was.
The owner has more issues than anything. The podcast was called Meow Mix. I'm like, but yeah, it's interesting, but hopefully we'll get to have a couple of those guys on in the next time we play Carolina. Hopefully they'll get a new ownership by then.
Looking at you, Twins.
Yeah, maybe the Poleads will sell the Twins.
Yeah, right. Thank you.
Yeah, move over, Twins fans. I'm taking up the couch now.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. I mean,
my Padres lost. Fuck the umps.
Go Cubs.
Oh yeah.
What'd you say?
Go Cubs.
I'm not gonna watch the rest of the playoffs because it's just a bunch of who cares?
You're not gonna jump on the Dodgers wagon?
Fuck the Dodgers. I'm
only pulling for the Cubs because they're going up against the Brewers.
I will use Shohei Ohtani's hundreds of millions of dollars as toilet paper for me. But we are going to our last topic, the Week 5 prediction parlor. Matthew, we're going to start with you. What is going to be your?
I don't want to do it. It's going to be ugly. I don't know. Like last week, even though our offense clicked in the second half and we put up some points, I saw what this defense did to the Packers offense. I mean, what they've done to again, we talked about it. The Cleveland defense is just really, really good this year. Our offense, as of right now, isn't really, really good. Mason's had one really good game out of 4. Our O-line can't run block. It can't pass block. Our D-line can't really run block that well. Or not run block, sorry. Defend the run that well. Our corners are average to below average. Our defense as a whole has been good. Like, we are top 10 unit because of Brian Flores. And we are going up against a very mediocre overall offense. Like, their receivers don't scare me. The run game doesn't scare me. We're going up against a rookie quarterback. It's going to be 14-10 Vikings, hopefully.
Okay. Eric?
Yeah, I'm kind of with Matthew. Honestly, I was looking past the Steelers to the Browns because of their defense. Their secondary is banged up, so if we can come up with a plan to get the ball out quick, I think we'll be all right. But I'm going to stay right around where Matthew is at. I'm going to say 17-13.
Okay.
And I'm going to say one of them touchdowns comes from our defense.
That'd be sick.
Isaiah Rodgers?
Yeah.
He's due.
He's due. You know what? I'm going to say Eric Wilson.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Winkleman?
I'm going to go the opposite way. I'm going to say we score a lot. I'm going to say 42-10.
Jesus. Carson Wentz just lights it up.
I know. I think that I think Mason has a good game. I think Mason has a good game.
One thing I want to ask real quick, and I want to get your guys' take is, so J.J. McCarthy obviously went on the trip for this 2 weeks over in Europe after he just had a baby. Clearly, the Vikings probably didn't have any intention of starting him. Why not let him stay stateside and stay with his kid? Why even bring him on the trip?
Learn.
The kid didn't come with?
Learn. Watch a pro how to do it.
No. Okay.
He spent all last year sitting on the sideline learning.
Well, probably because his kid probably couldn't get a passport in time.
No, I'm saying, why not just stay home with his kid?
Yeah,
I can. I call a foul. I call a foul on your prediction.
So,
but
I want to give a shout out since I don't have an answer for Matthew's question, but I thought Matthew would give this shout out to a kid who played at North Dakota that the Vikings just re-signed to the practice squad. who is from Cold Spring. Matt, I cannot pronounce his last name. Waziko.
Oh, the guy from the guy with the Dallas Cowboy jersey.
Yeah, we just signed him to the practice squad this past week, and he flew over to England right as soon as they signed him. So,
jeez.
Well, let's go.
So another hometown kid on the team, I guess. Cold Spring representing Ricori High School. Just loading up with hometown kids all of a sudden.
Why not? Why not?
Yeah.
Why not?
Matt, well, let's go. Was that his name?
Yep.
Yeah, something like that. Matt something.
Yeah, it's a hard last name to say.
As somebody that's a Matt with a hard last name, I get that a lot.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Well, Cam Akers is going to be probably playing on Sunday. He just got elevated from the practice squad.
He was playing last Sunday.
We'll see how much. Scott did plenty last week to show that he's a very quality RB2.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
I really honestly like the 1-2 punch of Scott and Mason. Almost, probably not even a little more than I like the Mason Jones 1-2 punch.
Oh
I
my
like
goodness.
Mason Scott more than I like Jones Scott. I mean Jones and Mason. I think that we should roll with this. Get rid of trade Jones. See what we can get for him.
Breaking news: Mark Sanchez was stabbed in Indianapolis and is in stable condition, but he is in the hospital.
What the
Holy
hell?
He is in
Damn.
stable condition, but yeah, he has been stabbed and is in the hospital.
Now doesn't he do games for CBS?
I think so,
Are they there for an indie game?
or Fox, I think.
Yeah, he
Oh.
was stabbed at right around midnight. Holy
He's too old to be out at midnight.
Nothing good happens after midnight, Mark Sanchez.
Oh, he
Nope.
does Fox Sports.
Does he?
Was someone
Okay.
talking shit about the butt fumble and he got in a fight?
Maybe.
Oh God. So my prediction, I'm gonna go 21-14. Minnesota wins, and JJ has at least a couple touchdowns.
I need it. I'm down 28 points against McCarthy. Or not McCarthy, sorry, McCaffrey.
Hey, I got lucky. I started Stafford, and he got 50.3 points for me.
Jeez.
368 yards and 3 touchdowns.
I went up against McCaffrey in both my leagues, and one of them I had Williams with 30, so I'm fine there. But my other one, I haven't started anyone yet, and yeah, McCaffrey at like 27.8, so I need a big game out of Jefferson.
Yeah, I got a nice size lead from Stafford. So, and I almost didn't play him. I almost played Mayfield instead. Yeah. I had been starting Mayfield all season. I just decided to switch to Stafford this week.
Against a super banged up 49ers, good call.
Yeah.
Yep.
And more breaking news: Robert Griffin III. Apparently, his wife was involved in a pretty serious car accident yesterday in Dallas.
Was it just her, or was it all three of them, like him, her, and their kid?
Located.
Yeah, they bounced off the center median multiple times.
Oh yeah, and it was him as well, and the kids too.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
so
those
she did
pictures
hit
are
her-
pretty.
Yeah, she did hit her head.
Oof. Guardian cat.
Oh,
Mandatory in life now.
so well, do you got any closing thoughts before we watch our team teabag the Browns?
Is that a Boston Tea Party reference?
London tea.
London tea.
The Vikings are coming. The Vikings are coming.
Eric, let's start with you.
I kind of want to see who else, if anybody else got elevated from the practice squad. But I want to see a big game out of Redmond again, and I want to see Pace get his head out of his ass. And let's get the 1-2 punch of Mason and Scott rolling early.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's going to be big.
I kind of think run the ball, throw the ball, do the old Zimmer play.
Okay. Matthew?
Yeah, I was disappointed that we had such an early bye when the season started because it's just you want them to be healthy later on, but my God, do we need an early bye this week or this year, I should say. I think it's going to be pretty rough coming out of the bye playing Philly, but I think on the short week versus the Chargers, I expect most of this team to be healthy. I expect Cashman to be back. I expect Donovan Jackson to be back. I expect McCarthy to be back. If we can win tomorrow, just get through the bye week, get as many players back as we can. Philly, I mean, they haven't lost a game since week 13 of last year, so I don't expect to beat them. But let's just get everybody back for the short game or a short turnaround versus the Chargers, and then just hopefully fucking stay healthy the rest of the season and start cruising.
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you guys for joining us for our London special. We'll be back next week with a regular format because next week is our bye week. So we can just rest and have a few beers, watch some other games.
Right.
I'm happy our Europe tour is finally coming to an end. But knowing us next year, we're going to be playing overseas back in London. It's going to be an interesting, the next few weeks because after the bye, we do come back to play Philly. I'm going to that game. I'm going to be in that game. So, yeah, we need everybody back healthy that we can to play that high-powered offense. But
we need Van Ginkel back for sure.
It's just a tweak.
I'd love to see Jalen Hurts just go down.
Yeah.
But until next week, cheerio from London and Skull!
Skull!
God save the king!
Yeah, yo, it's game time, ain't no messing around. Huddle Sports Network, the best in town. From NFL rumors to the latest trends, we got all your sports, just tune in, my friends. Catch us on Roku, Fire Stick, take your pick. Facebook, YouTube, where the action's slick. Daily shows that drop like a bomb. From 10 to 11, it's Ken and Ken, stay calm. Huddle up, catch the vibe, feel the rush. Get your news, get your fills in the clutch. Over 27 podcasts, we breaking it down. Join the team, Huddle Sports, wear the crown. Live every weekday, it's how we roll. Lions Talk with Jeremy B, we taking a stroll. From 11 to 12, don't miss a beat. We break down the game, make the info sweet. The Daily Huddle Podcast, noon to 1. CST Zone, we're just having fun. Toss your doubts, we bring the facts. Tune into the Huddle.